Speaker Mike Johnson just dumped 1,547 pages of pure donor-grade pork spending on the American people. One more chapter in the ongoing war between the uniparty sewer and the people it allegedly serves. The Republican House leader is trying to ram through a mammoth continuing resolution to fund the government through March of next year. Now, what he should have done is a so-called clean resolution where you simply continue the old spending levels. What he did instead is add hundreds of billions in fresh crony spending. In fact, 65 cents in new spending for every dollar of continuation, which, incidentally, he had specifically promised he would not do. Of course, he introduced it at the very last minute in order to goose-step small government Republicans into voting for this turd, lest they alone be blamed for yet another government shutdown. As Wall Street Maverick notes, we should have just shut it down till Trump took office in a month. We, the people, would be just fine. The bill is pretty much the horror show you'd expect from Congress. Another $8 billion for other countries' wars, $31 billion for, quote, low priority or redundant research to keep government-funded activists or scientists in beachfront condos. In all, it comes to at least $200 billion in fresh riders. All of this, of course, would drive up inflation, which Republicans swore up and down they would not do. The money is only the start. The bill also tries to tie RFK's hands on vax immunity. It exempts the corrupt Department of Commerce from public disclosure of sweetheart loans for big business. For a good measure, it also delays a money laundering database and grants duty-free access to U.S. markets for Haiti, both of which you can be sure somebody paid for. I mean, you paid for all of it, but somebody outbid you behind closed doors for every line of that. Oh, and a 50% pay hike for Congress to $243,000 per year, worth every penny, plus a congressional exemption from Obamacare because Congress never eats its own cooking. Senator Rand Paul summed it up that he'd hoped to see Speaker Johnson grow a spine, but he did not. Rand added that, quote, Democrats are clueless, big government Republicans are complicit. Now the debt will continue to grow until the U.S. dollar, quote, fails. So what's next? Brought to you by Unchained.com. In recent videos, I've focused on what can be done on spending regulation in the border by the executive branch. In other words, Trump's team, including Doge. The reason is we can pretty much assume that Congress will do its best to avoid doing what the American people just voted for, namely shrinking the government, securing the border and the streets, and growing incomes faster than inflation. If Congress isn't going to lead, at least they could get out of the way. Speaker Johnson apparently does not even have the spine to do that. So what can be done? In the House, it's very easy. Every last one of them is up for re-election in 2 years, along with a third of the Senate. That means they've got about 12 months to show some balls, or we the people start taking them out. In the old days, they could hide behind left-wing mainstream media. Those days are over. Okay, we'll be watching. See you next time.